Today we're going to look at the crop tool in Photoshop Elements 11. I have a picture open here of a blue tit, and as you can see there's a lot of space around the bird, and so I think we could improve this picture quite a lot by cropping it. Now when you pick any tool from the toolbox here, this is called the toolbox, and I've currently clicked on the crop tool, you get a set of options down the bottom here. Let me just show you that. If I pick a brush, okay, I get a different set of options down the bottom. So I'm going to go back and pick the crop tool, and at the moment the option that I'm on here is no restriction. So to use the crop tool, I simply come up into my picture, click with the mouse, left click that is, and drag. And as long as I don't let go of the drag, I can keep going as long as I like, and I'm going to stop about there. And you can see what happens. The inside of this box is the piece we're going to keep, and everything else has been greyed out, and that's demonstrating for you which bit is going to be cut off. Once you have this box made, you can move the box by clicking here in the middle. You can move it like so. You can move it anywhere you like to change the composition of the picture. Interestingly as well, they give you, when you open it, it actually has these lines which are forming thirds. So if you're using the rule of thirds, this is a good aid. So for example, we could put the blue tit's eye on a third, or almost on a third, like so. If I just have to crop it up another little bit maybe, and that would be perfectly on the third. So at the moment I can literally move the box anywhere I like. When I am happy that I've made the right crop, then I just come down here and I hit the tick, and that crops the picture. Okay, but I'm just going to undo that for a moment because I want to show you what the other options are. So let's do another crop. Okay, so I've done a nice big fat crop like so. So how I did that, we'll just do that again. Okay, if you do a crop and you don't like it, apart from changing it here, you can actually cancel it altogether by just clicking on the little red sign there. So here we go again. We're going to click and drag across the picture and stop. Now at the moment it's on no restriction, which is great because I can freely do whatever I like. However, if you were hoping to produce pictures of the same size, so for example if you were doing, I don't know, if you were doing pictures for somebody to print them, they might want them to be 6 inches by 4 inches. And when you crop like this, you can't be sure that you're going to have a 6 inch by 4 inch print. But under this sign here, where it says no restriction, if you go over to the side here, you have some other options. So no restriction means any shape you like. So let's just pull that back up there, okay, and we'll make it a strange shape for a photograph, okay? That would be a strange shape. An alternative is to use the photo ratio. So if I click on photo ratio, then the crop, okay, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, it will hold the ratio of the original picture. So this will be the same length to this as this is in the big picture, if you understand what I mean there. So the ratio remains the same. So again, if you were doing lots of prints and you were doing them full size off your camera, they'd all still come out the same size. But you have other options. And so you have all these different sizes here, 4 by 6, and that's the one we'll choose. We'll choose the 4 by 6. So again, it's change shape to go back to the 4 by 6, and we can change it. And whatever we do to this picture now, it will always be a 6 by 4 photograph. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much of it we crop, it will always remain a 6 by 4. I'm going to say OK to that particular crop. I quite like that. And we'll just go up here now, image, resize, and just check the size of the picture, just to be sure. Okay, now it's in centimeters, so we'll change it back to inches, and lo and behold, it is 6 inches by 4 inches. Well, it's 3.9999. I'm sure you'll accept that that's 6 by 4. Now, just another interesting thing, because we didn't click anything on the resolution here, we left resolution blank. Okay, it's actually using all of the pixels that are in the picture. So in fact, this picture is currently, we'll go, whoops, sorry, that was the wrong one. We'll go up again, image, resize, image size. We'll find that it's 6x4, but it's 400 pixels big. So we haven't lost any of the quality in the picture, and it means we could actually print it bigger than 6x4. However, if you were actually trying to make your pictures ready for printing, it might be a good idea to crop with a resolution. So let's crop it at 240. We'll just crop again. We'll go right to the edges of this, okay, and we'll say okay. And now you'll notice the picture's got smaller on the screen, but if we just see what happens, resize image size, we'll actually find that the picture itself is still 6 inches by 4 inches, but it is now only 240 pixels an inch, which would make it perfect for printing. A word of caution here though, if I were cropping like this, I would always, when I was finished, I would go File, Save As, and I would give this picture a new name, so I would call this picture Bluetit 6x4 Print. Let's just try that. Bluetit, Bluetit 6x4, and save that. Okay, and the reason for that is that I now have a cropped print. But if I close the original print, it is no longer, it is going to be the full size. So I close that, and if I open it again, open, and if I go back to my original, I still have my original uncropped picture. So I'm not restricted in any size that I may use.